So, here we are, everybody, on the Camden Road in London with the G-Man, and it's a lovely pre-summer's evening, isn't it, G-Man?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Pressure. The pressure is on.
Now, we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to talk in depth about AJ versus Ruiz,
No.
but we are going to talk about the next shows that are coming up. Now, AJ bubble having been truly burst by the Mexican, I've heard the next two shows at O2 this weekend featuring Dubois Gorman, and the next show, I think July 20, featuring White against Rivas, that they're not selling very well.
The nation is in mourning. AJ has been dethroned. We are in pain.
So those shows, heavyweight shows, could be underselling because the AJ bubble has burst.
100%.
Okay, let's get right down to business with this weekend. The undercard, or the chief support, is Joyce versus Bryan Jennings. How do you see that one?
Well, you know, Jennings is in trouble. If Jennings could not keep Rivas off of him, who is not a big puncher, a very smaller man, Joe is massive. And Joe comes to you to club you down, club you down. Joe only knows one way, forward to club you down. So if he could keep Rivas off, how's he going to keep Joe off?
Okay, so, of course, Jennings has had a bit of a stop-start career, and Joyce certainly hasn't. He's actually motored through this professional basis, and he's had 9, 10, 11 fights very, very quickly. So he's really motoring. Let's look at the actual main event. Our good friend Daniel Dubois versus Mr. Gorman, Nathan Gorman from the Ricky Hatton camp. This fight is looking up, isn't it?
You know, when this fight was first made, I put the house on Daniel Dubois.
What about the monarchy?
And then I got inquisitive.
Yep, start. The guy called start.
And started to look at the training of Gorman. And when, my God, I may lose the hut. And I didn't put the monarchy, I put the hut. The house is the hut. Gorman looks amazing. This is an amazing. Some people think it could be a stinker. I don't think so. I think that this is the fight of make him.
Well, I for one never ever said it would be a stinker. I've never thought it would be a stinker. But Ricky Hatton, he's the trainer of Nathan Gorman. What effect is Hatton having on Nathan?
He's gonna listen. Gorman looked fantastic. He's bringing Gorman to the table. Listen, let me tell you something. Daniel has something that Gorman hasn't got, which is called devastation punching. So you always got to have a look at that situation. Desire, Gorman thinks he's got desire, but Daniel has got grit in his arms that he wants to pump in. He wants to hurt you. He wants to get rid of you. He wants to hurt your whole family. That's why I've got my tickets.
Let's move on to the next show, which is also on July 20th at the same venue, okay? And we've got Oscar Rivas, who's an unbeaten fighter from Colombia, who knocked out Bryan Jennings in the last round against Dillian Whyte. Now, Dillian Whyte has gone remarkably quiet since the AJ stoppage. Why is that?
You know, there's something going on here. So something looking a little bit, you know, all of a sudden, hey, Anthony lost a race. I better start taking this guy serious because this guy's unbeaten. And Reyes only lost to Parker, which was suspicious in New Zealand. I better start taking this. But listen, let me tell you something. This fight can actually make White here or there. It's that kind of fight. It's that kind of fight.
But no one's really heard of Oscar Rivas, have they, over here?
Oh, this is it. Opportunities.
Yes, but
opportunities.
Is that because you think Eddie Hearn may have made a mistake in bringing Rivas as the top of the bill?
We know the last mistake that was made. The last mistake was Ruiz.
Was Ruiz,
That
yeah.
was the mistake. Because he should never been in the ring with Ruiz. You know, he didn't want to fight Ruiz. Ruiz was a midget. Don't want midgets. He wanted some people who was 6 foot, 7'2", and they bring me some midget. All of a sudden, I don't want to fight a midget. Can't even get it for a midget. You can see that quite clearly. That's why the country is moaning. We ain't moan because for the simple reason Superman is not here. You know, we ain't interested. So these guys has to go out there and make it tick. They got to go out there. But we ain't saying no knockout, no stoppage. We ain't saying that.
Let's go on to the fourth fight of this heavyweight quadruple over the next few weeks. Yeah.
I like what you call them, quadruple. I like
Yeah,
that.
and that's the great Scouser, Mr. David Price, versus the man from South Yorkshire, from Rotherham. That's Mr. David Allen.
Yeah.
Now, David Allen, of course, has got a new trainer,
Yes.
Darren Barker.
Yes.
And Darren Barker, I've seen him being interviewed about it, and he looks remarkably sensible
Oh, yes.
and pretty knowledgeable. He's the kind of guy that seems to be that he didn't want to be a trainer, but now that he is,
Yes.
he might do pretty well.
Welcome to the world.
You know, Dave Allen looks in good shape for this one. Who do you? I mean, listen, Price has got that punching power, hasn't he?
Listen, listen. Dave Allen, okay, was only Lucas Brown, but it's the way how he got rid of Lucas Brown. Fantastic body shots. You ain't seen a lot of body shots in this day and age from any division, and that was a fantastic body shot. Boom to the body. Lucas Brown just folded out. Can he do that to David Price? I'm sure he can. Can David Price do anything to him? I'm sure he can.
Well, David Price is more susceptible to headshots than body shots, I would have thought.
David Price, listen, we all love David Price, and he's in the position that he has to pull himself out of that situation. You know, when you lose your confidence, you can't go in Marks and Spencer and say, give me a packet of confidence. It don't work like that. So he has to re-establish himself, getting his confidence back. How did you do that? I don't know. Only he knows that.
Interesting fight. I'm plumping for Allen. I think that Allen stops David Price inside 5 rounds. I'm expecting Dillian White to outpoint Oscar Rivas in a boring contest. I'm anticipating that Bryan Jennings will be pretty much overwhelmed by Joyce relatively early,
That's
inside
for sure.
7.
That's for sure.
And I'm actually predicting that Nathan Gorman is going to outpoint Daniel Dubois in a relatively entertaining contest.
I got my ticket.
You got your ticket?
And this is the most intriguing fight you're going to see for a long time. The puncher versus the boxer. The thing about it is that this is what we're going to find out. If Daniel doesn't get him out of there 4 or 5 rounds, that's the physical call. If he's still there and Daniel has to go into the bank now, what he's got in here, that is going to determine whether he's going to be a champion or not.
G-Man.
Because after all that testosterone is gone, now the thinking capacity has to take over. When you're a champion, you have to get past the part of tiredness, so the supremeness of thinking takes over. A good fighter wants to get rid of the tiredness, so he gets into the mind point. That's what makes you a champion.
G, let me finish with this final question on Gorman versus Dubois. Yeah? Dubois is a puncher, right?
Correct.
Right. Have you ever known any one of those traveller boys, anytime, any place, anywhere, to have dodgy chins?
No, but you
Right.
know what? You always have to believe in the phenomena. There's always the first. Pigs can fly. This pig may fly. My money is on the boys.
Well, we differ there, but G-Man, it's been a pleasure sitting out in a sunshiny evening in Camden Road. We must come here again. Thank you very much, everybody, for listening, and see you next time.
We'll be back.